Hello genies, this is your author Lily. So I'm going to read this story for you guys. If you don't like it, then please mute the video. Thank you and happy watching. Author's POV. It was a sunny day with a man working on his laptop, tapping continuously and aggressively on his keyboard, when he suddenly sighed and leaned on his back. He huffed in annoyance and crossed his hands around his chest. I am so frustrated, he said as he sighed again and then put his head on his table. I am frustrated and I don't know why. This time he cried dramatically when he heard a knocking sound. He looked upwards and said, "Come in." The person came in and looked towards his best friend. "Why a long-faced President Kim, Taeyong?" asked the boy as Taeyong huffed in a time and said, "I don't know, Jimin, just extremely annoyed and frustrated and I don't know why." He complained as Jimin sighed and asked, "Are you and Ryan not able to spend time together?" Upon hearing his question, Taeyong looked towards Jimin with his puppy eyes and nodded in his head very cutely. Jimin sighed again and said, "That's why." Taeyong huffed and said, "I know it's been 6 months only since Teri was born and that Ryan is busy taking care of her, but I feel like she completely forgot about me." Jimin nodded and said, "That's a matter of concern, but you have to look the other side too." Teri is small and she needs her parents the most right now. Taeyong nodded and replied, "I know, that's why I don't say anything to Ryan and try to let her sleep as much as possible." Jimin awed and said, "Try to talk with her and I'm sure that you will find a solution. Also, you guys can give Teddy to me on the weekends. She will be happy to spend some time with her angelic uncle, and Mia loves kids a lot, so she will be good with it." Taeyong made a thinking face and nodded and said, "You are correct." Jimin smiled and said, "Now get back to work. You have files piled up." Taeyong nodded and said, "Yeah, let's complete the work as soon as possible." Jimin exited the office and Taeyong sat on his chair and began working. Meanwhile, at Vian's place. Vian is a very beautiful girl in her late 20s. Taeyong and her were childhood sweethearts. They both grew up together, went to school, high school together, and then college. After completing their studies, they both built up their career in their own way. And after that, they start a small business and now it's a well-known company in the world. It's not their inheritance, but their hard work. After they both settled down, they got married and now they welcome their sweet angel Teri. It has been 6 months since Teri has born and everything is as fairy tale as it could be, but Taeyong and Ryan were unable to spend time together. It was a sunny day, especially hot in the month of June. Ryan was doing some dishes as she got some time after Terry went to sleep when Ryan heard her phone ringing sound. She rinsed her hand and then wiped them on the towel and went towards the phone and picked it up. She looked at the screen and found out that her mother-in-law was calling her. A bright smile decorated her face as she attended the phone call very happily and said, "Hello mom, how are you?" She asked as the person on the other side of the phone chuckled and said, "I'm good dear, how are you?" Ryan sighed and said, "I'm as usual, good but tired. You know, theory and all stuff. It's exhausting sometimes." She complained as the mother said, "Oh, my baby is tired. Well, that's why I called you today. I was thinking to take Terry with me today. Sia and Namjoon are also coming, so it will be a help. You relax a bit and spend some time with Terry." She suggested as Ryan sighed a bit and said, "Mom, thank you so much that you thought about us, but I don't know why Terry is being sensitive nowadays. She didn't even go to Taeyong. She only looks for me." She completed her sentence as Mrs. Kim sighed and said, "Well, sometimes it's happened. Well, in that case, I cannot do anything." She sighed, being sad, and Van continued, "It's okay, Mom. I will figure out something," she said, as Mrs. Kim sighed and said, "All right then. I will talk to you later, and if you need any help, then do let me know." Vine smiled a bit and said, "Sure, Mom. Bye." They both cut the call, and Vine resumed her work. Vine's POV. After completing my work, I went to Terry's room and saw her sleeping soundly. I lay beside her and connect my AirPods to my phone and started scrolling through Instagram. After scrolling for a while, I came across this reel where the husband asked for dinner and the wife replied that she is the dinner for the night. But the twist is that she came back after wearing a hot dog costume and served him a hot dog for dinner. Lol, that was hilarious. I mean, the husband's face was so funny. I laughed quite a bit when something struck in my mind. What if I do the same thing with Taeyong? Lol, it will be so good. I mean, it's been a while since we spent time with each other. It will be a good opportunity for us to spend some time and it's going to be fun. But wait, I don't have a costume. Hmm, let's do this. I should just go and take Teddy with me to the mall and buy the dress. Okay, it's final. Let's do that. When Teddy wakes up, I will take her to the mall. Author's POV. As Van decided after Teddy woke up, she got ready and made Teddy ready as well and went to mall. She suffered the mall for about an hour and finally got her dress and did some shopping for Teddy and Taeyong as well. After some time, she came back home and set up all the things. She put Terry on her chair and went to kitchen. She took the ingredients and started making hot dogs. It took her an hour to make the hot dog and set up everything, but it was still time for Taeyong to come. So she decided to message him. Taeyong's POV. I was peacefully doing my work when I got a message from Vayan. She asked me what I was doing, so I replied to her. I was hungry, so I asked what's for dinner. But the answer I got made my eyes got wide and my mouth hung wide. Oh my god, what does this she mean by me? Oh shit. Okay, let me finish my work quickly and then I will be able to go back home. I completed my work at 2x speed and drove straight home. I went inside the house and saw no one was there. I went towards Terry's room and saw Vayan make her sleep. She signed a shushed through her fingers and after patting a bit on Terry's back, she made sure that Terry went to sleep. She came outside and hugged me. "Hey love, how was your day?" she asked as she kissed my lips sweetly. Smile automatically decorated my face and I said, "Good but tiring." She patted my head generously in concern and said, "Go and freshen up, then we will eat dinner." It made me think about all the situation in an instant, so I grabbed her waist and pulled her closer. Author's POV. Taeyong grabbed her through the waist and pulled her closer. They both stared at each other's eyes. They were inches away from each other and the atmosphere was intense. When Taeyong tried to come closer to her, just when he was going to kiss her, Wan put her palms on his lips and said, "Wait, Taeyong, dinner." At first, Taeyong was clueless, but then he recalled their conversation at the dawn. Taeyong got excited as he nodded his head like an eager puppy and said, "Let me go and take a shower." Vayan nodded and said, "I'm downstairs, come to the kitchen when got ready." Taeyong nodded and pecked her lips and then towards their shared bedroom. Vayan laughed silently as to think about Taeyong's face when he got to know about the whole situation and she went downstairs room to get ready as a hot dog. Time skip. Taeyong excitedly got out of his room and went downstairs to see that the dinner table is decorated beautifully. He went closer to the table and sat down. He was waiting for Vian when he heard Vian's voice. Taeyong, are you ready? Did you come downstairs? She asked as he looked here and there but didn't find Vian. Being confused, he asked, yeah, I'm here, but where are you? Taeyong asked, being eager as Vian snickered and said, if you want to enjoy the night, then close your eyes. Then I will come out. She demanded as Taeyong first sulked but then gave in and closed his eyes and said, I closed my eyes. Vian giggled and came out wearing her hot dog costume and stand in front of him. Him being so loyal to Vian, he didn't even take a peek and shut his eyes very tightly, expecting to see Vian in a marvelous dress. Vian took a deep breath and said, you can open your eyes now, but slowly, slowly. He did as she asked. He fully opened his eyes, but the very next second he screamed. He was so startled to see a giant hot dog in front of him that he fell on the ground and started crawling while saying, oh my god, please save me. I will not do anything wrong. please save me, he said continuously but stopped when heard a laughing sound. He looked towards it and found Hot Dog laughing. He was so scared that he didn't even realize that it was Vian and tried to run away. Again, when Vian held him and said, calm down, Tay, it's me. Me, Vian. She grabbed his face and made him look towards her. He looked towards her and calmed down a bit. He sat straight and took a second to understand what happened. He looked towards Vian and asked, when you said that you are the dinner, is that what you mean? Vian laughed a bit and nodded her head multiple times and said, yeah. So I saw this amazing reel on the Instagram where the wife served her husband a hot dog while wearing the same outfits as the food. So I decided to do as well. Taeyong looked at her in pure disbelief and said, really, Vian? I mean, I had so many expectations. Vian squinted her eyes and said, shut up and get up. She removed her hot dog costume and now she is in her daily PJs and said, let's eat food, I'm starving. Taeyong, being disheartened, stood up and sat on the dining table. They both started eating quietly when Taeyong said, this is not fair, Vian. Vian laughed again and they both ate the food quietly. After they finished eating their dinner, Taeyong was washing the dishes when Vian hugged him from behind and kissed him on his neck. A shiver ran down his spine as they kissed each other. Things were getting heated when they heard Terry's crying voice. Vian pushed Taeyong a bit and said, Terry woke up. I am going to look for her, she said as she ran upstairs. Taeyong stood there dumbfounded and cried dramatically while washing the dishes and said, this is not fair. Please share your views by commenting, like the video and subscribe my channel. Thank you and happy watching.